Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. I guess there is only one place to begin, and that is with the ICP Internet Computer price, because what we saw is that towards the tail end of last week, the rest of the market was actually down whilst ICP continued to push higher. As you can see here in the top 100 coins that we have in the crypto space, ICP just the last week, in the last 7 days, has been like number 3 with a total gain of right around, I think at this point, 20%. And I think that's really amazing. It's one thing to outperform the market when everything is pushing towards the upside, but it's a totally different thing altogether when things are down and you're moving towards the upside. I think that at this point, we really don't have to try and speculate what is causing this. We all know that it's all about Caffine AI. Now, this is it's a total game changer. The narrative over the next few months is very much clear, right? There is going to be one clear winner, in my humble opinion. Of course, I hold other different cryptocurrencies altogether, but in terms of fundamentals, you can see why ICP is going to be the winner, right? I'm going to be showing you some of the data that we have, and if anything, numbers will never lie, right? So take a look at this volume that has been traded on ICP in the last 24 hours. This is quite close to $200 million. Of course, it's not really a lot of money for something that is around like a $3.2 billion in terms of market cap, but still, it's something that is significant considering the current market conditions that we are in here for ICP. So that's great. And I think at this point, we're just beginning to see some glimpse of, what the ICP internet price can do really when it wants to move. So volume is good. That is okay. But let's take a look at other numbers. Take a look at this one. So Phoenix Crypto News and Analytics were posting saying that the most active cryptos based on GitHub data is number 1 ICP Internet Computer Protocol, followed by Mina and by the rest of the other cryptos. And in my own experience in the crypto market, I've seen that in a bull market, things that have got like much more development happen to just also have like great price action. So I know that the price has not been always great for ICP, but one thing that I can tell you is that the project is not dead, because you can see that in the whole space that is the most developed project, like these guys haven't given up on the idea, and it actually appears that the dream has been realized with something like Caffine AI. I was watching the demo last week. I literally got chills down my spine because it was just looking too good. Anyways, let's take a look at some data which was being posted here by Fabio. Shout out to you, Zero to Hero. I think he's doing a fantastic job in terms of the data here for ICP. But take a look at this. The number of new addresses just created, I think in the last 24 hours alone, 2.7 new ICP addresses. This is really, really good. If you're talking about adoption, refer to this specific one, because that's a lot of people, right? Or maybe somebody is creating multiple accounts, whatever the case may be, but still 2.7k new ICP addresses for me indicates that a lot of people are coming to ICP Internet Computer Protocol, and also realizing what has happened with the price in the last few days or something like that. I think this makes total sense for me. Once again, from my own experience, I noticed and I lived something like this with XRP, because there was a time where addresses were just going up each and every single time when the price was remaining flat. But we all know what happened with XRP later on, right? It literally melted everybody's faces from, 40 cents at some point as high as $3.40, whatever the case may be. But this is the kind of movement that you can be expecting from ICP Internet Computer Protocol, with all these underlying fundamentals just shifting in the positive direction. But we're not yet done actually here. I was posting also myself saying that, look, I think people are beginning to notice, because I've never seen Gateio Post about ICP, but they did 19 hours ago. They were saying that, look, over the last 30 days, ICP is topping dev activities on the look, everybody is pointing to the effect, right? And we're not only talking about that, we're also taking a look at which one is the fastest blockchain on planet Earth, right? I think Dominic was making a post on that, and you can see that here, okay, out of all the cryptocurrencies and all the blockchains on planet Earth, the fastest is ICP Internet Computer Protocol, followed by Solana. And the difference is actually wide. So it's not like, okay, it's the fastest by just a slight amount. No, it's actually something that is very much wide. Now I think Dominic here is kind of flexing his muscle, because he was saying that, look, I think this is going to be 10xing within months. Well, if it does that, I don't know what this market is going to be looking like, because it's going to be very much impossible to take your eyes off of ICP. It's going to be too much enticing. Let's hope he actually means what he's saying there, or maybe it was just moving on to the next big thing. And yes, we are not yet done. We only have about like 50 million ICP that is on exchanges at this point. Can you imagine what's going to be happening when ICP touches, let's say, $25? So there is going to be a notable move in terms of the price, right? We're talking about something like a 5x. Now, people are going to be wanting to go ahead and purchase this ICP, and it's only 50 million on exchanges. I'm telling you, sometimes it's very much simple to look at the supply and, demand issues here. 50 million, only 50 million, right? Now, you may be asking where the West. I can tell you that, out of the total supply, half is already logged in terms of staking and stuff like that. And the other millions are what we hold in our wallets, right? I'm very much sure that we are reluctant to sell ICP at $25 because that's not what we want to see, right? We want to see prices upwards of $100 or stuff like that. So people are going to be able to help us. I mean, new people are going to be able to help us reach our goals because there's just, so much less ICP on exchanges, and this can easily push the price towards newer heights. Because remember this, great price section draws in new people, and what happens is that when new people come in, we actually have much more demand and the price really continues to push towards the upside. This is going to be helped by the fact that there's, only going to be 50 million on exchanges. So, at this point, I think you can already try to visualize what's going to be happening when the price starts moving. Now, moving on to something that is even much, much more bullish here. What we are seeing is that the waves on ICP are not giving up on the project, because what we see with most projects actually is they, created towards the downside in terms of their price action. We see whales exiting and they don't want anything to do with the project. However, with ICP Internet Computer Protocol, it's the total opposite. We see whales accumulating more and more ICP each and every single day. Take a look at this data which was being posted by AC Terminal here, that whales with around 10 to 100,000 ICP tokens, they dropped sharply, right? And you may be saying, oh, that's bad. However, humbugs with greater than 100,000 ICP tokens, they actually increased their position. So I would actually think that, some whales graduated to humbug. So it's not like they dumped their tokens, right? They just added more tokens, so it's not appearing that, okay, we have got less of whales, but we have got more of humbugs on top. So this is a fantastic distribution, and it's looking safe, right? Because you want the biggest money to be believing in the project, right? So this is something, I don't know, I cannot explain how much bullish this, but it's something that everybody can visually see right here. But it's looking safe. We're not yet done actually with, the fundamentals. I haven't actually talked about like two of the biggest. But before I do that, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm and understanding that the community actually appreciates this video much more, and it will be shown to as many people as possible. Now, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because I do TA on ICP and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. And let me not promote out too much. Let's get back into what I'm talking about here. So I was saying that one other fundamental thing that is totally going to be changing here for ICP is when it comes to unlocks and vesting. So over the long period of time that we have had ICP since 2021, we have seen unlocks happening each and every single time. I want to believe, logically speaking, that this very much suppressed the ICP price, just like any other cryptocurrency that we see out there. For ICP, that's going to be changing the day after tomorrow. After, the 11th of June, we're not going to be seeing another unlock in terms of like vesting. So early investors don't have to be dumping tokens on ICP holders for forever. That thing is over. So the day after tomorrow, 11th of June, there is going to be one unlock, which is going to be unlocking about 2.37 million ICP tokens, right around $14 million if you want to be doing the valuation right there. So 2.37 million tokens over, something like, 50 million tokens is right around, I would say, a 4%. Yeah, this can dump a price. Yeah, it's capable that it can drop the price a little bit because it's 4%. If they are sold all at once, those new tokens, that's not going to be looking too good. But I think that the most important thing to celebrate here is that the unlocks are going to be over. We are done with this whole thing. It really hasn't been great for the price. And again, I'll tell you from my own experience, I experienced this, number one, with XRP. With XRP, it wasn't really like unlocks, but Jade McCaleb was selling each and every single Friday at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. He was selling each and every single day, and that suppressed the price for a very long time. Then, of course, it also happened with the Jasmine price that the unlocks were happening very much aggressively. Once unlocks were done, the price really shot up as high as 20x in the last bull run. I'm saying last bull run, but last year alone. So great things are just about to happen here for ICP Internet Computer Protocol. You can see already that there is going to be a change in the equation of demand and supply, considering that whales are accumulating. Number two, we don't have much on exchanges. Number three, the selling pressure of vesting is almost done, so that's great. Last but not least, but I would actually consider the most bullish of all these factors here is the launch of Caffine AI. I think it's going to be launching a month from now or maybe 3 weeks from now. And this really has me very much excited because I'm realizing that, okay, with how successful the launch was, I really think that people are going to be needing to use this because the regular normie doesn't know anything about computer programming. They don't know how to code. Coding is very hard and stuff like that. Now, imagine you've got an application or let's say, a software that can be able to create everything that you have in your mind. I mean, we don't have to imagine because we all saw the demo last week, right, with Dominic, and it was really a successful one. So people are going to be needing that. The demand is already there. But for people to be able to be building all these amazing apps and websites and softwares, whatever the case may be, on Caffine AI, which is built on the ICP blockchain, you need to be holding a certain amount of ICP. Now, we were just talking about demand and supply here. So you may think about it like this, just like somebody who is using ChatGPT, but whenever they want to use ChatGPT, they have to, be paying some kind of money, right? Now, in our world, there's going to be ICP. So there's going to be a lot of demand for ICP for people who are going to be needing to use Caffine AI. And once again, coming back to that demand and supply equation, you no longer have selling pressure from early investors. You're looking at a lot of tokens being staked into oblivion, some of them like 8 years. You're also looking at no supply already on exchanges. Now you're looking at even much more demand from people needing to use Caffine AI that is built on IC. So, I mean, what more can I say here? I think it's very much clear. How can I start to turn bearish on ICP Internet Computer Protocol? Yes, the price is about around $6 at this point. Okay, I get that. But I'm looking at $50. I'm looking at $100. I'm looking at $200 for the whole thing. It sounds so stupid, but just take a look at how the fundamentals are looking at this point, and you realize where exactly I'm coming from. Now it wouldn't be a crypto front video without me taking a look at the chart and taking a look at like the technical analysis. Right, let me show you immediate short-term price section that we see here on ICP. But I think you can already see that there has been this downtrend ever since, I would say, December 2024. We have actually managed to break out of that downward sloping resistance with a nice backtest, and now the price is looking to set even higher. So you can see that we have had a successful backtest, and we're looking to be pushing the price towards something like, I would say, $20 here for ICP. Now, for me, as I said earlier on, this is just a starting point, right? And just look at the activity of, maybe social activity of people talking about ICP when we get back to $20. It's going to be really insane. But why really do I have to wait for $20 when I can buy ICP at $5? I think it's just better to buy it at $5. And of course, when you're at $20, you've already made a 4x. I'm saying that we're not yet done at that point. I can see ICP reaching $50 very much easily. I can see ICP going as high as $100. $200 is my best price to get. But I mean, to each their own. I think I'll leave it right here for now. Before I go, let me show you what our partners over there at Bank, the exchange, are doing. A fantastic welcome bonus that is only going to be available for the next 1 day. So if you happen to deposit into your futures account, whatever amount, $800, $100, $500, whatever the case may be, they're giving you up to almost 50% of what you're depositing as a trading bonus. So you can use that trading bonus to even trade it, and you get much more money from there. So as I say time and again, it's a gift that keeps giving. Let me just do a quick math here. So if you happen, let's say, to deposit $800 into your futures account, you get a total of 350 USDT trading bonus. Once again, you can trade this and you can make money from there. So go ahead and take a look at the rules. The link I've put in the description, you can go ahead and check it out as well. But that's not the only one here. If you also wish, you can go ahead and take a look at Wix. They have up to $30,000 in terms of their welcome bonus. The link is also somewhere there in the description. And then there is Blowfin, which you can claim up to $300 in the next 10 days. If you happen to deposit, let's say $100, you get $15 into your futures bonus. $500 gets you to $75. $1,000 gets you to $150. And of course, greater than $2,000 gets you this $300 that you can just, start trading as well. Basically, the choice is yours. You can go ahead and choose which exchange you want to use. They all have got fantastic bonuses, in my humble opinion. So that is Blowfin, Wix, as well as Bank. All the links are going to be in the description. You can feel free to go ahead and check them out. But for now, I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please dedicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and I'll see you on the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.